Little Red Riding Hood. On the edge of a sun-drenched forest, in a cozy little cottage, lived a sweet girl named Ruby. Everyone called her Little Red Riding Hood because she always wore a beautiful red cloak her grandmother had made for her. One morning, her mother packed a basket with fresh bread, sweet jam, and a pot of honey. "Take this to your grandmother," she said. "She's feeling a little unwell. And remember, you must stay on the path." Ruby promised. She gave her mother a kiss and skipped out the door, her red cloak fluttering behind her like a poppy petal. The path wound its way into the leafy green forest. Sunlight dappled the ground through the leaves, and friendly birds sang cheerful songs in the branches overhead. She hadn't gone far when a handsome wolf with clever amber eyes stepped out from behind a great oak tree. "Good morning, Little Red Riding Hood," he said, his voice smooth as honey. "And where are you off to on this fine day?" Ruby had never seen a wolf before, so she wasn't frightened at all. "I'm going to my grandmother's house. She's feeling unwell." The wolf's ears twitched. "How wonderful," he purred. "But look at these beautiful flowers. Wouldn't your grandmother love a bouquet?" He pointed with his nose to a patch of colorful wildflowers just off the path. Ruby thought this was a wonderful idea. Forgetting all about her promise to stay on the path, she set down her basket and began to pick the prettiest bluebells and daisies she could find. As she gathered her flowers, the clever wolf grinned and darted away, taking a secret shortcut through the woods. The wolf reached grandmother's cottage long before Ruby did. "Knock, knock, knock," he tapped on the door. "Who is it?" called a weak voice from inside. "It's me, Little Red Riding Hood," said the wolf in a high, sweet voice. "I've brought you some treats." The door opened, and before grandmother could even gasp, the clever wolf tucked her safely into the wardrobe for a little nap. Then the wolf put on grandmother's spare nightgown and her frilliest sleeping cap. He climbed into the big, soft bed, pulled the covers right up to his chin, and waited patiently for the little girl in the red cloak to arrive. Soon, Ruby knocked on the door. "Come in, my dear," called the wolf in his best grandmotherly voice. Ruby entered. "Oh, grandmother," she said, approaching the bed, "what big ears you have!" "All the better to hear you with, my dear," said the wolf. "But grandmother, what big eyes you have!" "All the better to see you with, my dear." "But grandmother," Ruby whispered, leaning closer, "what big teeth you have!" "All the better to eat you with," roared the wolf, and he leapt. But Ruby was a quick-thinking girl. She grabbed the pot of sticky honey from her basket and threw it right at the wolf. Surprised and covered in goo, the wolf slipped and slid all the way out the door. Ruby let her real grandmother out of the wardrobe, and the two of them laughed and shared the fresh bread and jam.